how rabbits, you know, try to run away from.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to PFI. I got Fong here talking Kung Fu with Sean. And we've got Josh in the shop. And they've already made a couple pulls. I was trying to find a ninja mount for Jamie's little hot rod. And what do you guys got going?
Just trying to figure out why it's not making the power that I really feel it should be at right now, given the 930 in Pueblo. I think, you know, mathematically it should be closer to 700. Yeah, and we're only pulling 530.
Yeah, your mile an hour says so too. So
his numbers in the Holly show a lot of what we were seeing 750 to 760 in the Bully.
Yeah.
With that setup.
Do we have like drive shaft speed or anything just to see if there was some slip or something?
I don't have now because I've only got 4 in, 4 out on the inputs, outputs, and I, at this point, utilize them on everything else. Just make the car go.
So all the inputs, outputs are kind of used. You want to describe what's in this thing for the guys that don't know, that are new?
Stock pistons, stock block, stock crank. We got H-beam rods.
And then you got a couple of GT35s, it looks like.
TFI
it's kind of a lot like the bat rod or Bully setup. I mean, same turbos exactly. And engine and everything.
400 transmission behind it.
Turbo 400, very cool.
The whole reason I wanted to come up here and do this today, I texted you, I wanted to find out exactly where we are, get it settled, because I'm putting an air to water stacked setup, kind of what's on Leroy.
Oh, okay. That'll look neat. So you'll have an air to water up in here.
It's gonna come like this high out of the hood.
So you're just trying to see where stuff's at now, yeah. Just so you can optimize it when it gets here.
Exactly.
Well, I'm stoked. And this is running on Holly, right?
Holly HP.
Holly HP. 97 Honda Civic. This is all in. So this is pretty cool. You don't see a lot of V6 rear wheel drive Civics, but here's one. He races with us at the PSCA, which I'll be doing a video on the PSCA and our rules and what we've got going on this season pretty soon. So make sure you watch that and get involved. And look at it, he's got some new shocks down here. Those are awesome. I've got to get some for Sho'nuff. I'm working on that.
Yeah, I've been on QA1 singles that I got from you.
Yeah, I was on the my old rat rod. Yeah. And yeah, that'll be awesome.
Now we got doubles.
Got your rear mounted in the back.
That's going away.
And there is a firewall too.
This is gonna go, well, I'm gonna get a much larger radiator. It's gonna take place of the inner core.
Oh, okay. Well, you're here and you're doing it. It's good to see you. Missed you, brother. This is rad.
On COVID and kids having to stay at home for school.
Yeah, yep. And everyone's been dealing with a lot of stuff. Yeah. It's been a rough year, but we're all kind of coming together. And I figured you must have just saw my Instagram post, because I was like, it's time for the posse to get ripping, and here we are, we're ripping. Well, you're here now, so.
He felt it.
Yep.
I want to figure out maybe doing Cletus and Cars with you guys next month.
Yeah. So. Oh man, you come to Cletus Cars too. We're really gonna have a posse. Right. It's gonna be awesome. Also, last night, Tom talked to Ron Bergholtz, and he's gonna bring out his pro front wheel drive too. So the Mazda 6 is on its way. There's gonna be a lot of cool stuff going on at Cletus and Cars. We like to bring a show every time we go. Yes, it's always fun. Like, so
that's before anybody else came out with a manual tensioner. Sean built that for me.
Isn't that cool? Let's see that. Oh yeah, manual tensioner for a J series. I don't even got one of those.
You can buy them now. Cool. PTR's got a nice one that they sell that's billet, but
okay,
that only just came out this year.
Okay.
Before that, that was the option.
Yeah, well, what we did was Fong and I, we used the hydraulic one, but then we stuck a cotter pin through the hole so it couldn't collapse. Just a safeguard.
Hey, whatever works, works.
Yep, whatever's clever is clever. Yeah, well, I'm anxious to see how this next one does. Yeah. You're just looking for any boost leaks or something?
Yeah, I'm kind of...
You know, after your 930 pass, you did think something was a little different. I remember you saying it didn't feel right.
Well, it was back after a while.
It was the sound coming back to the pits.
Yes.
I couldn't tell if I was hearing a knock or not.
I remember that. Yeah, that's what it was.
My hearing is foobar as it is.
All right. Well, if everything looked good, and you've made a few rips already today, so yeah. If you guys are ready, I wouldn't mind seeing how she's doing. Yep. Let's watch a rear wheel drive Civic get down. I'm calling up the posse. Cool. It's time to get to ripping.
532. So the red one was what you just did, and you're going less and less every time.
Yeah, that. Oh, really, yeah.
So are you blowing through the converter?
You might be. So see, it only dipped to 10 that time instead of dipping down into the 8s there.
If it goes less mile an hour, you got a pretty good idea.
And it's, you can look, this is every pull we've done. So the green one was the first one.
Yep.
Blue one was the second one.
Yeah, just
red was the last. So
trans
it's less and less.
It did it on the
As the
RPM too.
fluid gets thinner,
It was
maybe.
definitely less RPM before it popped. So I'm curious.
So you rev this thing to 73?
No, I take it to 8 grand. That's
Well,
why
you
I'm
hit
saying
it at 73.
73, yeah. That's,
Yeah, look at safeties and stuff, yeah.
what did I hit a safety? Maybe it was too cold. What is our
147.
47?
That's good thinking, though. Safeties can always buy you. I mean, they're nice to have, but they can sure get you.
That's it right there. I lost sync.
Yo.
Hey, good find, Josh.
7436 is where it loses it.
This is my Holly here.
From here, bro.
How's your sensor mounted? Do we just need to look and see if maybe the sensor's moving or anything?
We can.
Or drifting.
Yeah.
You got a lower sensor.
Yeah, and then the one behind the cam there.
Okay.
Does the belt feel loose at all? Anywhere?
It looks great, honestly.
Josh, let's open your other logs real quick and see if it does the same thing. Open the last one real quick. 7714 is where we lose it that time. Now let's look at the first. So that explains our difference.
Is it a mag or is it a Hall?
Holly. It's a Hall.
It's a Hall effect.
Sorry. Holly just came out there.
Yeah, he's got Holly on his screen, so he thought Holly.
That came
So
through.
that one went through. So what we got going on? This green one, that one it revved all the way to 8,000 as rev limiter. The blue one went to 77. Is that what we figured out? And then this one went to 7450. So is your rev limiter 1 your trans brake? This one?
Yeah, that's my launch.
This is your launch. So high RPM, low RPM, 78. But it wouldn't lose sync. It'd just show limit. It wouldn't it wouldn't lose sync.
Something is wrong.
Try again, see?
Yeah.
Happens again.
Yeah.
Is there any filters or any kind of stuff?
I didn't see anything, no. That's what I was digging through.
Does it give you a tooth pattern, like a oscilloscope style deal or anything? That you can see the...
Yeah, but it
The
doesn't
wave.
do it with the data log from
Yeah,
the
you
run.
can't do both of them at the same
You
time.
have to do a system log separately from a regular.
Could you internal log like you would a pass and do a system log on the computer?
I don't know if it'll let you.
Maybe let's try that so we can see if we can get both things. What did it do for power that time? Let's look. 534. Data log or system log?
Yeah.
That
Right
big
there.
gap. 75. So which one? That's crank it loses. So the white one's crank, the blue one is the cam. And
It's still
see, you
picking
get
up
an extra right here. See that one extra right in here?
It lost itself.
It does. It totally loses itself. And it starts right here.
It's picking something up.
It starts right at 74 is where it got the extra. And then it's, this one's a little off kilter. Right here at 75. Here, it gains an extra one right there. Then we get our gap and then it's empty.
So she's lost, and when they get up high RPM, she's really lost.
Yeah. I mean, it's even...
That's why it's so hard to start.
See, look down here. It's even lost down here.
It's trying to figure out what's what, and then
So right here,
you
we're
think you get a sync error.
at
though.
300.
Yeah, it's weird. It only shows it at the very top of the RPM.
A major trigger issue on the crank side. The cam looks great. The cam looks great all the way
camera's
across.
a hard one to figure out which pieces to put together to make it work, you know?
But now it's become old reliable.
Years, yeah.
Maybe your crank sensor is bad.
That's what I think. Maybe the crank
Yeah.
sensor just took a
Throw
crap.
another one on. See how it does.
Yeah.
But is it
You wanna
picking
see if
up?
it's the same as a like a.
It's been hit a lot.
Oh, that's all rounded off.
It's been hit so many times.
What's been hit so many times?
The crank sensor.
Actual.
The sensor has a groove where the teeth go.
Oh.
So it literally grooved the sensor, so it's completely trash.
Well, there's the problem then.
Yeah, there's a whole groove where the teeth go.
Amen.
Obviously, it's hitting that sensor.
Because I really want to see this thing go an 8 this year.
So do I.
But it's lost for so long.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's probably why the motors.
I mean, I'm
have
down
those
at-
issues.
I'm down in the 4000s and we're lost.
Everything else.
Good thought on the system log though.
Yeah,
That showed it all to us.
That was a good idea. Log both.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
You just have to log them different. You have to do an internal log on the
Yeah, the ECU, we internal logged on that, and then we data logged on this. I didn't
For
know if
the
that was
system
possible.
log.
I didn't think it would allow it.
well, we
Now we
learned
know.
that today.
And knowing is half the battle.
All right, so Josh is unstrapped. We went ahead and ordered him some Holley crank trigger kit stuff, and it'll be back in jamming. I seriously want him to do good this year, and I look forward to it. Another fun fact is Josh, Gunmetal Josh, is actually the guy that got me to start vlogging and YouTubing. I've always been real busy behind the scenes doing the Boost Boy stuff, and he pushed for it. He actually started the channel for me, filmed the first few videos, and got this ball rolling. So big thanks to Josh, and it's pretty cool. He brought us all together. So it's awesome to watch him coming up. So it's pretty cool. So it'll be back. And the rest of the day, I'm gonna find out what we got going on. There's always something. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. All right, so Tom's making a new front end for the bully here. He's got everything all measured up and cut and taped up here, so that's where he's gonna overlay on the front of that like he is on this side right now. He's getting this all set up. He just laid over a big piece. He's got a few smaller pieces on the inside there, and he's just forming the whole fender, extending it forward so it reaches the front of the bully. It's pretty rad. This is sweet. Turning out really nice too. He's over here helping me out as well, working on my front end. It's quite the process here.
It's cool though, because you get to make stuff from nothing.
Yeah.
That's the cool part. I like it. It's messy,
Yeah.
but I like it.
All right, so things are hardening up. Tom just trimmed off this little bottom piece here. So that's flat with the fender now. We're just gonna have to, it's not completely flat. He's gonna make it all perfect once he flips it over, but it's hard there. It's drying a little there. It's hard on the front here. And then drying here still. And he's getting this side all pretty.
Huh?
Oh, I was just letting him know you're getting this side all pretty. We're waiting for,
You're not ready for glass again.
yeah, getting all ready. We gotta do this side a few more times, get some more sheets over it. And then we've got, I found a hole in my bumper when I was, you know, when I was grinding it all down. So I cut a few little circles that I could fill that hole with, and then started getting my pieces here made up so I can cover all this up. Here, over like that. Like here.
Right here, and right into the center. The boss. Brent. Brent. Get out. Yeah. Woo! This is our spot.
Yep.
Okay. Right here. Once we cut that, we're gonna cut it right down the middle. So we're gonna put this into the line, and it's gonna be obviously wider as we go.
Yep.
So I'll just put, again, like we did there, section it. So this would be like a section back here.
Right.
We'll put it in. It'll be fine. It'll be good.
Something I've never done. Never fiberglass. I still haven't. It's been all Tom.
I love it, but I hate
But
it.
yeah, I can tell you enjoy it,
I
honestly.
do. I like making stuff.
And I know
makes
Shane's
a
kind of,
big mess.
Shane's been enjoying it. He's been working on his bumper too, so.
Yeah, it's just cool when you can take something and out of nothing and make it happen. You know, that's what I like.
Yeah. It looks like what'll happen is the rear will get wider, and the front where we cut it back in here, this will start getting narrower, so the whole thing will get a real sleek look, and it should make this fender look more like it's wrapping in.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's what my theory says.
Well, I got an EF steering rack here, and ideally to improve the bump steer on the Bully, if I can narrow this entire rack 3 inches, it would actually be the perfect length for me to get tie rods to have the exact same articulation as the control arms, which would get rid of bump steer. So far, I've knocked off, this is the loading cap, which sits inside this hole here. So there's this spacer in here, and it clams the the shaft here, and then it's got this spring with this retaining nut, which puts pressure on it, and that takes your play out so it doesn't have this wobble. And then I've also removed this fun little plastic clip, which was in the end of here. That's a nylon spring shim washer. Keeps this end from wobbling like that. Now I'm down to, I gotta pull this shaft out to be able to slide this shaft out. And pretty much have a seal in my way to see if I either have a pressed in bearing or a retaining clip. This is the first time doing it, so I'm learning as I go. So hope you guys enjoy watching me do this, because I'm probably gonna struggle with maybe bust a knuckle, who knows.
Awesome.
We have
I knew we'd be getting into something cool,
yeah,
because we want steering on the Bully.
absolutely.
That's what this all comes down to, steering on the Bully.
Cool stuff, cool stuff.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Came out easier than I thought. Woo! So I got a C-clip to knock out, and I might be able to just slide it with the bearing out without taking the shaft off of that. That's a funky little pressed on clip. Cool, let me grab some snap ring pliers, and I think this is gonna come right apart. Got some snap ring pliers. Let's go ahead and see if this will come right out. Yay! I didn't shoot it, I didn't lose it, and I didn't get a blood blister. It's a good day. Nice. Well, he can that thing pulled right out. Well, that's a big win. So now this thing should slide right out. Woo! Ta-da! So this thing's all solid. So now I'll be able to take it. We can have it just chopped down, and we'll machine in the same thread pitch and flat surface, and yeah, we'll have a narrowed up rack.
Check that out, man.
Yeah, slid it right apart.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some measurements, and we'll get our plan all down on paper. Yeah.
Oh, boom shakalaka.
It's gonna be way over here.
Yep, it's gonna be way out there.
Coming together.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Inspiring. Go check on Jamie real quick.
Okay.
All right, let's go check on what Jamie's got going. What you got going on, brother?
Just trying to get some stuff put back together here.
Got the brother-in-law back. Now it's yours, but
Yeah, we might have to change the name. We're just
I don't
leaving
know.
it. Who knows?
yeah, it's hard to change something.
It really is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been that for years.
Well, I guess we could name it Bill,
Bill? What's up, Bill?
brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. What's up, Bill?
Put your turbo manifold on. Let's get a good look at this thing.
Yeah, that's actually what I was about to set on there. I don't have a gasket for it, but...
Ooh, got some Speed Factory bolts on this thing now.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Brother-in-law's looking a little hard here. Can't wait to put some Ignite fuel in this and light it up.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, that's sick.
That's pretty sick. That looks great, man.
I'm
Dang.
excited.
I'm excited for you. It's fantastic. All right, we got a little more framework done. Trying to get all the lines where they need to be, and it's really coming along good. It's great. Yeah. I can't wait to see it come out a little bit. It's got to come off. We got to put the engine back in it, is what Tom's wanting to do, and then trim it. So we have a little bit to do, but this is looking incredible.
Getting close.
Yeah. I'm anxious to know what it's gonna look like when we take this section down.
I'm afraid.
That's when stuff's gonna get a little
Hairy. But
hairy.
we'll make it happen. We got in this bar.
This poor front end.
Sean marking some lines here of center.
Yeah, just some rough markings.
Well, that's what it looks like now. Right now we're sectioning the front so we can narrow it out and see if we can squeeze everything together. Close off these, because since we cut it, the fenders got way wide. So we're gonna try and straighten these out and bring them into the front and narrow it all up. And then we'll just remake our lines from here out and it's gonna look awesome. I'm good, Tom. All right. Well, we got 2 halves now of the front end.
Cut this more now.
9 pieces. It went from 1 to 9 pieces.
Yep.
Took us about 30 minutes, but it went from 1 to 9 pieces.
And now we're gonna set it where we want it.
That's getting closer though. It's hard to envision it because just the height of the motor is just a tricky deal with this car.
Yeah, for sure. But by raising this up, we'll have less sticking above the hood.
Yeah, and that's what I want.
That's the key look I think we need.
Me too. And then just real sleek and just bullet-like, you know.
Yep.
Look how rough it is right now and how many pieces. But then when it all comes together, it'll become something.
Absolutely.
It'll become a front end. We'll work hard to make this thing look right. Stoke everybody out. For the guys that say they don't understand why front wheel drive, why not just move all this to the back? Well, part of it is just the learning side of going fast front wheel drive. You know, rear wheel drive, the book's written, you can just pretty much Lego put that stuff together. Like Sho'nuff, we just know what to buy and you just buy it and you put it in.
Right.
But in the 70s and 60s, back when hot rodding was hot rodding, those guys were solving things and trying things. And that's what this comes back to is, you know, it's not all solved. There's still a lot on the table with a front wheel drive and it's fun. It's interesting.
It is.
You look at different things, you have to try different things. It is a little bit harder to make them move. But when you do, you know,
You want a hot rod just like our parents, but it's not the same flavor to it.
yeah, exactly. Our generation grew up with Civics.
I said I want to come up here about this high. That way I'm gonna try to get clear more of that engine.
I got you.
If I can cover at least to here, see it's above it, Only thing's really gonna stick out will be the intake manifold. And that's what Sean and I are trying to accomplish.
That's what we're all trying to
This right
accomplish.
here, even being high, I could roll the felt.
I see.
And you can actually use this piece of wood
And make your line.
to make your SI hood line.
Yeah. So,
There's your tilt. That's all you wanted, John. Bam. Yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. That's what
That was his word.
straightforward.
Pretty straightforward.
paper mache, but for big kids, really messy.
But it's gonna look so neat with a couple turbo holes and like,
Yeah, I mean,
oh
you're gonna see a front wheel drive Civic with the twin turbos, you know, like
yeah,
like it's a V8.
it's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be sick.
Bullhorns or up pipes that are sweet. Woo! It looks wild. Well, guys, stick with us. It's getting crazier, crazier. The whole team is just working on this thing, trying to making it cool. Goofy's just found something he really loves to do, and that's kind of cool watching you grow with that. And Tom's been having a field day. This has been awesome. Stoked you guys are all enjoying this too and being part of our whole crew. We're gonna keep bringing you guys the baddest, raddest car content on YouTube. And we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. So give us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you.